Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of a brand new series that I'm starting in full vanilla. I am playing on a server. Nobody else is here, but there will be. I promise. I have friends. I don't have any proof. But I do have friends. On this server, we have a lot of big plans. I guess this is just where I spawned. I am going to be streaming, hopefully weekly. The goal is to make a sick base. Like the coolest base you've ever seen, unless you've watched a B-Dubs video, maybe not that cool, but otherwise the coolest base you've ever seen. And this is gonna be the start. Each episode we will be doing crazier and crazier stuff, including farms, builds, anything like that. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoy the video. The first thing that we need to do is hop into the mines. So voice over me, take it away. Thank you, other me. After getting wood, we went straight to the mine just to get some iron, some gold, some redstone, just the standard things. And then I pretty much immediately ran into a trial chamber.
Right now.
No, this is a trial chamber. And then I was an absolute Chad just destroying all the mobs. We found a cactus tree and then we got some sick loot.
Try it. Oh my gosh, you lucky ducky. Lucky ducky.
And then I don't think there's any way to warn you about what's about to happen. But do you remember those data packs that I had installed? Hey Nia, come join me. After those brief shenanigans, we went back out. I found a jungle temple. I got clobbered by an arrow. Ow! We got some diamonds, some smithing templates, and then we went straight back into the mines. And in the first cave that we went to, I tried to fight 100 mobs. And then I died. And I forgot to set my spawn. And then I got all my items back, except for the trident. That was the only thing missing. Of course it was. I couldn't let that ruin my spirits, so I went back to mining. And then I got blown up. Yeah, so I'm killing it right now. Got all my stuff back again. And then my third attempt at caving was actually successful. We got a bunch of gold and a bunch of diamonds, enough even to make quite a bit of armor. And our goal here was to just get enough for full diamond gear, which was a lot. But then I ran into another cave with a bunch of diamonds. I think I got a 9 vein at one point. We got a chest plate, we got a helmet, fully decked out. And then as I was leaving, we found even more diamonds. So many diamonds that I didn't know what to deal with. And eventually got some obsidian, made a portal, and into the nether we go. In the nether, we spent literally a full hour trying to find another fortress, which we eventually did. We killed a metric ton of blazes, took a little break, and then I went to find the end portal. Before doing that though, I knew we were gonna set up a nether pathway there, and I was like, why not just do it on the roof? We're gonna have this server for a really long time, and it's better to just have every portal on the roof. I spent the next 30 minutes trying to break bedrock. It honestly took so many attempts. It was a little bit embarrassing. But we eventually got it. We have a portal set up to the roof now, and then I went to go find the end portal itself, which didn't take too long, but I of course needed a couple Eye of Ender to break, or it wouldn't be a true Kindle Bubblegum video. But after not too long, we did find it, and into the end we went. And I know everyone loves watching bad people try to speedrun, so let's just skip to the part where we kill the dragon. Yay!
Oh, I'm gonna get so much XP.
Yeah!
Do you want some? Don't take it all. You took it all last time.
Well, it's because it comes in like 1 XP ball.
No, you ran around too fast and you took all of it.
All right, well, that's the end of the series, guys. Thanks for watching. And you know, it's not a real Minecraft video until we get in Elytra, so that is immediately what we did. Straight to the end city, straight to the boat, pillars up because we're losers, and we got our first Elytra. Sky's the limit, baby. And then I went to 5 other places and got 5 more Elytras so that everyone has one and we don't have to do this again. Hello, Chief Rainbow 1, 2.
Hello. You got the Elytras?
Yeah. We got 5. Diamond gear is going in here. That rhymed, not on purpose. I'm gonna be honest, now that we have an Elytra, we still need some other necessities. I'm so spoiled in this game. I hate early game. I want to get through it as quickly as possible. We need a couple more things to start playing Minecraft. The first one is XP. I have 30 levels right now, but we don't have a good farm for that. So let's get that going. And separately, I don't have mending on any of my stuff. I don't have unbreaking on most of my stuff. Let's get some villagers going, and let's get some mending and unbreaking at a minimum. And for now, I'm just digging a little hole and getting a bunch of beds set up. And this is the final result. We got a ton of different villagers, a ton of cartographers, which do glass panes to emeralds. And then obviously the librarians, the ones that we care about with books. Unbreaking 3 for 20 emeralds, not too bad. Mending for 10. And somehow we don't have any emeralds to glass villagers, but once we do, like a lot of librarians. Oh, looting 3, I forgot to mention that. Looting 3 is crazy. For 12, a lot of librarians trade emeralds for glass, and then the glass panes to emeralds guys are cheaper, and it's basically free emeralds. It's an unlimited cycle, and it's just a little hole in the wall. We'll get a house and a build set up for that eventually, but we still need XP. We still need rockets. We still need everything else. So I'm just going to build a really simple Enderman farm. And we did this too. The XP farm, it's just a standard Enderman XP farm. Really, really fast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, that's a little bit better. I do apologize for the noise, but not really. You have to be aware. We have a little trash chute here that throws out everything that we need. Bunch of XP just all the time. We got an enchanting setup. We've set up some books and stuff, some miscellaneous efficiency. We have a ton of these somehow. And then just some miscellaneous as well as like the lapis book, the other tools book. We got some elytras. We're stacked is what I'm trying to tell you. Honestly, we're basically done the bare necessities. We have XP, we have villagers, but we don't have unlimited rockets. And y'all haven't seen me play, but I use at a minimum 3 rockets no matter where I'm going. I guess 2 in this one scenario. Oh, sorry, I looked at you. I use so many rockets all the time. Like here to the villager place, I'm not walking that. That's lame. I need a rocket. So we need more rockets. How are you doing, good sir? Which means we need to build a creeper farm and also a sugarcane farm, but that one's a little bit easier. And I've already been preparing all the items that we need. There's a ton in here. We thought initially that we could do a cool one with ice and like weird creeper pathing, but we're instead going to either use water or cats. I haven't decided, but it's the same build and you just put water or cats in the middle basically. And it's going to be that simple. Let's get to me building that. And it's not done. I failed super hard. I wanted to make a cat-based design, but after troubleshooting it on the stream for a couple of hours, it is just not going to work. We did get enough rockets to rebuild the creeper farm, which we're going to do. But yeah, we have to rebuild it. I think the water-based one is going to work. I am copying a design from someone that actually built the farm and not trying to build it myself. So let's get to building that. And I suppose this is a little bit of a spoiler, but not really. I am so glad that the new farm works. I wanted to make like my own cool one that like used a couple of other tips and tricks from other farms, but it just didn't work. It took so long to build. It was so many trapdoors, so much wood, and it didn't work. It was so sad. But we eventually got this one working. The farm works great. You can see here the creepers getting flushed out, and we are getting a ton of gunpowder. And now that the gunpowder farm is done, what do we do next? That's a great question. We need some rockets. We need some sugarcane, and while we have quite a few in a chest over here, I want to make an automated farm of sugarcane and bamboo. So they're basically the same thing. There's just a platform with hopper minecarts underneath that pick up all the items as a flying machine goes across and breaks everything. I want to build first a sugarcane farm over near the gunpowder farm so we can auto-craft rockets, and then I want to do a bamboo farm of the exact same thing right here. Speaking of right here, this is the start of the industrial district. I'll fly around here. Nia has been working on this while I've been doing the gunpowder farm and stuff. We have sheep, cactus, a bone meal farm, a small one, melon and pumpkin, which is great. And we have it already connected up to the nether to the main area. And of course, it's on the roof because we are afraid of danger. In this industrial district, we plan to have pretty much every farm you can think of: an iron farm, a shulker farm, bamboo farm over here. We got wool already, and I already talked about those, but there are a bunch of different farms that we're going to need in here. It is a giant space. Let me fly. It is a giant space, 128 by 128, so that everything is loaded in at all times, which is amazing when you're standing in the center there. And this thing is gigantic. We have so many farms planned and so much room for them that I am very excited. I do need to sleep because it's getting nighttime and things spawn here all the time. But yeah, I want to get in this bamboo farm, have it fully automated with flying machines and a pickup station and all that stuff. There are some really cool hopper minecart, like you dispense it with a dispenser onto a rail, it flies down and then gets broken at the other end, and all of its items get dropped out and picked up quickly. I want to do that. That's a really cool way of doing the item pickup collection, instead of the old way where you have a minecart like go up, down, whatever. The new way is really cool. I want to get that implemented because I've literally never done that, which is crazy. But enough talking, let's get in these farms. As I was building this farm, I realized how long this is going to take without the necessary farms for the ingredients for this farm. This thing used 1,000 rails, like 300 powered rails, a bunch of cauldrons, a ton of iron, so many different blocks. The dirt was actually really easy to get. That was like the one thing I had, but it took so long to get. The flying machines, everything got in, but making another one is going to be so much longer. So I think we're just going to make this today, and then maybe we get into some iron and gold farms in a future episode before we make the bamboo farm. But let's get back to the server. We are just putting in the final blocks here of the farm. I am fully just using a random thing that I have made up and don't know if it's actually going to work, but I'm using a daylight sensor and just a repeater to hopefully have this thing go just twice a day. One in the middle of the night, and then another time when it gets to, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day power levels. I think that's going to be like 6 or 7 a.m. So it's not perfectly level, but also it is so simple. It doesn't require any hoppers or extra pistons or like a normal clock or anything like that. So I'm not too worried about it. Oh, it will not work if we sleep. Okay, well, maybe we work on that later. But the important thing is everything is hooked up to the flying machine and is automated, including the minecarts here. The minecarts are super cool. I'll go over that in a second. But what I honestly think is cooler is that while this machine is running, you know what? This happened before. I don't know why this happened. I think maybe I need some delay here. Oh, I super need some delay. Okay, it broke itself. But if we have this bad boy sent off again, it will work the second time. So we definitely need a little bit of extra delay. But when it gets back, the redstone block over on this side here is going to connect up with this redstone line and turn off the smart minecart system that we have down here. This minecart system is really, really smart and really simple. It is an instant unloader because the minecart on this rail goes up here, stops right here, we'll see it in a second, and immediately gets destroyed. This is because as it's going up here, it will run into these heads, immediately teleport down, and land on these rails. But at the same time, they're halfway in this lava cauldron, so they get destroyed immediately, and then this hopper picks them up and places them back in this dropper that then gets dispensed and goes again. Since they're destroyed immediately, and the minecart gets picked up, all the items land in these water streams here, get pushed out and brought all the way along to right here for now. And every single... my inventory's full. Every single harvest, we get a crazy amount of items. Too many for me to be able to hold, which is so extra for the amount of people that play on the server. I think currently there have been 5 people online total, and a max of 7 are whitelisted. So yeah, it's a little bit overkill, but with the gunpowder farm, we will be able to make infinite rockets, which is what I want to do now. It should be really simple. We just need to pipe this water stream over to the gunpowder area, set up a water stream with that, and then an auto crafter that just crafts rockets. And then we also want some storage, obviously, of sugarcane and of gunpowder separately. But I do need to fix that return system and this thing so that the daylight sensor doesn't just break everything. And that was pretty easy to do. What we did is I just threw in an observer here to check when this sugarcane gets up to, I don't have sugarcane blocks, but gets up to 3 blocks tall. And I have to escape first before I turn this on, or otherwise I'll get pushed into oblivion. But when it reaches 3 blocks tall, it breaks. I didn't test it. Oops. I think I've fixed it. It is still the same system, but instead we're using a sticky piston on a 1-tick pulse, or I guess a 0-tick pulse, to just push this block out, covering the observer. Hopefully it's in line. I didn't actually check. Yes, covering the observer, and then as soon as it pulls it back in, it won't be in the way like it was before. And then the return system over here, let's actually get over there, is now working. There's a skeleton trying to hit me. You're bad at your job. But this just uses a repeater to slow it down. It's at 4 ticks, and that has worked. I guess I could have done the same thing over there. Whoops! Everything is now working, which is great news. If we did a quick little mock block in front of this thing, that'll be sent off, and obviously this block will break itself once the sugarcane goes through, and it'll be good. This skeleton needs to die. Now we can finally move on to the collection and storage system of these things. I am not gonna do a full, like, massive sorted storage system with a bunch of chests and stuff. I'm just gonna have it be unsorted and have half, maybe more than half, of the sugarcane go into storage, and then the other half just be used for gunpowder conversion into rockets. In order to do that, though, we do need to just bring this water stream along. I thankfully have a ton of ice from the collection that we did on stream, so I'm not too worried about that. We've been using packed ice along here, which has been working great. So we're just going to continue this on and bring it over to the gunpowder area. We have now brought over the water stream straight over to here. I don't know if this is the right orientation and stuff yet, but let me light this up. We have gunpowder coming from here and sugarcane from here. I'm just looking up a tutorial because I don't really know how crafters work, and there doesn't seem to be a like perfect way to do this. There is a way with just 2 crafters to make this, and that's what I'm gonna do. It should be relatively simple. So we're gonna want to put down 2 crafters on either side like this. This one is actually going this way, which goes into a hopper straight into this crafter. This one is going to be doing gunpowder and paper like that. There we go. And then this one's just going to be the 3 sugarcane here. So the sugarcane's going to come in here, scoot over, and just get put into this one as paper. And then this one's going to shoot out rockets into a chest that I now have. There we go. On the back half of this is where we put all of our logic. So we're going to need a comparator coming out of the hopper. The reason we do the hopper is because we want this to always be full. The reason for that is because if we run out of gunpowder, if we're making more paper than we are gunpowder, then the paper is going to fill up the slot and this will break. So unfortunately, it does use a stack of gunpowder and a stack of paper at all times, but we have an automatic farm of each, so I'm not super worried about a stack loss at the very beginning of this farm, and then everything after that will just work perfectly. And the gunpowder is the more expensive part, and that's already in there. So still not worried about it. We get a bunch of sugarcane, that'll get in quickly, but that is why we grab it from the hopper instead. Then I'm gonna get in 2 observers, one that just like looks to make sure that the hopper that is gonna be there in a second, or that this hopper has items in it. And if it does, it'll just craft it. We do this by placing down another block here. We need torch and some hoppers. The torch is going to power these hoppers below. So we're just gonna get in a kind of 3-bit hopper system here. These 2 are going into each other, and then this one is just not facing towards this way. We could probably switch this out actually for a note block, which at least in my case is a little bit cheaper. The only thing this is used for is to, 1, verify that the machine is powered. So once this has some sugarcane in it, which I don't have, this will be powered, this will turn off, which will send an update to the observer. And then we're going to need 1 more comparator in here, which checks to see if there is an item in this hopper. If there is, it sends another pulse here. If this is still off, which means this item hopper still has items in it, then it will pulse the crafter again, making just another tick. And this is used because sugarcane to paper makes 3 paper. So if I only have 3 sugarcane, then 1 sugarcane is going to go through here, and that is it, unless we have this system here, which powers the note block and will send this thing again just to spit out into this hopper. And we can show this in a little bit. The last little system that we need to get in is the one that actually powers this crafter here. We're just going to do another redstone torch system here. We're going to place a redstone dust on this so that if this torch is off and this torch is off, then that means this has paper and gunpowder in it because this is full. And so is that one. And when both of those are off, it will, if I can get under here, it will depower both of these hoppers, letting an item flow into this. We're just going to throw in stone. It doesn't matter what item it is. It's actually probably better if we put it in here. We just put an item in there. And then if we grab another comparator and place it down just here, this will read once an item gets in here, that means we can craft a firework rocket, and then it will power this and spit out all 3. This hopper like back and forth thing is used for if we have a ton of them, this will move over, causing it to power once, and then it'll move immediately back over this way and keep going back and forth. So that this keeps powering going into the chest until this chest fills up. We will probably eventually switch this over to a shulker loader, but I do not have the funds for that right now. And I want to check to see if this thing works. We should pretty soon send off this flying machine, which means we need to hook up the sugarcane to this farm. All right, this has been moved over. The farm is actually going right as we speak, which means we are also getting sugarcane. This is maybe gonna start working. Okay, this looks like it's gonna start working. Yes, okay. We have sugar in now. This is making some firework rockets, but not too many, which is good news. We can see that this is shooting in paper a couple at a time, and this is getting rockets in now. We should start making firework rockets, and we are. This will take a minute because we need to put a stack of paper in here, stacks of sugarcane in here that'll eventually fill up. But then after that, we should be good. And actually, I'm going to want to break this and replace it because it's stealing most of our sugarcane. But this means it is in fact working. This is now full. This is full. So we should actually be getting this hopper system going back and forth. We are not. This might be an update issue. Oh no, it's getting powered. Okay, so that's why this note block is not going to work. We need a redstone-wise transparent block. Okay, that's good to know. So we can't really make it cheaper. That means the design that I'm following on in the tutorial is working as expected and is a cheapest version possible, which actually has just fixed everything. So good work, you. I'll leave this in the description. It is from a YouTuber called Rexstone. It's a pretty cool design. But now we are getting a ton of rockets in here. We have a ton of paper, a ton of sugarcane, some extra in here as well. And it is looking really good. These are fully automated, and we honestly just need some gunpowder to get in here, and we will be good to go. And that is the fully automated rocket farm. Not too complicated, but for an early game farm was so expensive, I had to scrounge for iron. I, over here on this mountain, needed to mine out pockets of iron so that I could make all the hoppers that I needed. You can see... Where were they? There used to be iron, same with that. On the other side as well, I mined quite a bit of iron. This area, whole area here used to be iron and coal, and I destroyed it all. So I won't be able to do the bamboo farm like I wanted to. It is just too expensive right now. But maybe next episode we make an iron farm. There are so many creepers. Okay, we are leaving. I am going to sit an AFK at the rocket farm just to see how long it takes to get a full double chest of rockets. I need to place down another chest for it. But I mean, given the speed that it took to get a full 3 stacks, this shouldn't take too long at all. 3 and 12, actually. I'm going to steal some of those 12 because I'm running out. But this is working great. We have beaten the early game of Minecraft. In the next episode, we need to make a starter base with a storage system. I want to fix up, I don't even have it on my person because I'm so disorganized right now. I need to fix up my ender chest. We have a bunch of empty shulker boxes and I have some firework rockets, and that is it. I want to make a cool ender chest system. I want to make a starter base that looks great and fits my main mega base theme. And I want to make at least an iron farm, maybe a couple of others in the next episode. So stay tuned for that, and thank you all so much for watching. If you like this episode and this kind of style of content, please leave a like. It's a different one than what I normally do, my normal Let's Plays. This is a ton of content packed into 15 to 20 minutes, so please leave a like. And if you're not subscribed and you enjoyed this video, watch my other content. Subscribe, leave a like, and say hi to your parents, because they probably miss you. Okay, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.